Recording in progress.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to another session of our True Health with USANA. I am Jace Nocete, one of the corporate pharmacists for USANA Philippines, assigned here in Cebu. And today, we will be talking all about our product, Proglucamune. And of course, before we talk about this product, we have to understand how it affects our immune system. But before we begin our training for this evening, I'd like to hear from our participants as to where you are right now. I know it's Wednesday, and I know that you are currently somewhere in the Philippines. I'd like to know where currently you are right now. So key in our chat box and let me know where you are right now so we can do a proper shout out to where you are currently located. Okay, hello from the United States of America, USA. Hello from Manila, Quezon City. We have from Davao City. Hello, Ma'am Nina. Thank you very much for backing me up here. And of course, we have a Melody. Thank you. Good evening from Cebu. Ayan. So we have from Nueva Ecija. We also have from Medina, Misamis Oriental. We have from Pasig City. Ayan. We have din from Cebu. We have from Bacoor, Cavite. Ayan. Meron tayong, I've seen at least 3 yata galing sa Cebu. Ayan. So welcome to our another session of True Health with USANA. So thank you very much for the very prompt responses. So for this evening, our main focus will be all about our product, which is our Proglucamune. But before we talk about Proglucamune, we first have to understand the system that it helps in optimizing. And that is none other than our immune system. Now, yung immune system natin, it's a biological structure. It is a biological structure that protects our body against diseases. Now, saan ba nanggagaling itong diseases na to? These are the diseases coming from pathogens. And these pathogens are the small organisms na tinatawag nating microorganisms that invade our body so that it will give us a disease. So, bakit ba nila ginagawa yan? It's actually because our body is the most ideal place for them to flourish. And that is why we have in place our immune system. Now, yung immune system natin has a multitude of functions, but one very important function ng ating immune system is our immunity. And the immunity there, it's a process by which yung katawan natin defends our body. And it is a 3-step process na ginagawa ng immune system natin for us when it comes to our immunity. And the first step is to detect these pathogens or these microorganisms that cause diseases. The second step is once they detect the pathogen, they will now start to respond for that particular pathogen invasion. So yung ginagawa nila is they will call killer cells, no? Yung mga cells, yung part ng immune system natin, the killer cells that will do the third step, which is to attack or kill these invading microorganisms. And this is a 3-step process by which our immune system works in order to maintain our health. Now, since we talked about the immune system, ano ba yung roles ng immune system sa katawan natin? So basically, yung immune system natin, ito ay isang coordinated system of cells, proteins, chemical signals, which is designed for fending off yung mga microorganisms katulad ng bacteria, katulad ng viruses, and parasites. Now, this is how our immune system works. And at the same time, another function din ng ating immune system, this is to help coordinate the wound healing processes. And in doing so, this will start or jumpstart yung cellular or tissue turnover, repair, and rebuilding. So that is why it's very important for us when it comes to taking care of the immune system. Imagine if your immune system is not working, it cannot fend off the invading microorganisms, And at the same time, hindi niya ma-jumpstart yung healing process natin. So that will be very detrimental if we're going to talk about the impact of the immune system with regards to maintaining our health. And of course, we first have to understand din ano ba yung iba't ibang klase ng immunity. No, we talked about immunity earlier with its three-step process. But now, let's learn more about the types of immunity. So at first, you will find at the leftmost on your screen, you will find there innate immunity. So this is the immune system. This is the part of your immune system that is our natural ability to resist infection. So this is the immune system that is inherently ours. Ito yung ating immune system. Ito yung normal immune system natin. While the adaptive immunity naman, this is the immune system, or this is the type of immunity na nakukuha natin through vaccination. So alam naman natin, no, kailangan natin ng vaccines. Most especially for newborn children. There are actually several vaccines na kailangan makuha ng mga newborn kids para makuha nila ang adaptive immunity. And this is very important because without these vaccines in the early stages of an infant's life, no, this could increase the risk for infant death. That is why marami tayong vaccines when it comes to our infants and our children. And of course, we have the last one, which is the passive immunity. Ito yung tipo ng immunity that is passed on from parent to child. And this is a clear example of this one is the type of immunity na napapasa through breastfeeding. That is why the Department of Health highly encourages that after giving birth, it is very important that the mother breastfeed the child to get their natural or to pass on this immunity, no, this passive immunity na nakukuha nila through breastfeeding. Ayan, that is why it's important to be familiar kung ano yung iba't ibang klase ng immunity na nakukuha natin from our own self, from vaccines, and of course from our parents. So this is very important to remember as well. And of course, we also have to understand kung saan nakukuha natin yung ating immunity from the various cells in our body. So first up is our lymph nodes. No, yung lymph nodes natin, these are small bean-shaped structures that produce and store cells that fight infection. And they are a part of what we call the lymphatic system. And the lymph nodes, they contain a substance na tinatawag nating lymph. Ang lymph naman ay isang clear fluid that carries the immune cells to the different parts of the body when it comes to fighting infections. Now, if you notice, if meron kang infection, these lymph nodes, which are found sa inyong kilikili, near sa throat nyo, and sa singit, you will find out that this will become enlarged and they will feel sore. And this is actually because they are actually working to produce that lymph to fight off these infections. So, and of course, the lymph carries our cells that fight off these infections. And meron din tayong spleen. Now, the spleen naman, isa din itong part sa ating lymphatic system. And it's the largest organ ng ating lymphatic system. And it's found to the left side, under your rib, and just above your stomach. And it contains white blood cells din that fight off infection. And the spleen is responsible for controlling the amount of blood in the body, and at the same time, it disposes of old or damaged na red blood cells natin. So this plays a vital role when it comes to our immune system. Now, the next one is the bone marrow. Now, yung bone marrow, ito yung yellow tissue at the center of the bones natin. And they are important because they produce white blood cells. And this spongy tissue inside sa bones natin, this can be found sa hip natin, sa thigh bones natin, they actually contain immature cells na tinatawag nating stem cells. And stem cells, this is very important because they are prized for their flexibility in being able to morph into any type of human cell. That's why they are very, very important. Ayan. And of course, we also have the lymphocytes. Now, the lymphocytes are the white blood cells that are produced by the bone marrow. Now, these small white blood cells, they play a large role when it comes to defending our body against disease. Now, meron tayong iba't ibang klase ng lymphocytes, and they have very specific functions as to what type of microorganisms they will attack if there is a pathogen invading our body. So iba't ibang white blood cells for the other types of pathogens that invade our body. And meron din tayong thymus. Now the thymus there is where the T cells mature. And this is often overlooked as a part of the immune system. This is actually situated beneath the breastbone, and it is shaped like a thyme leaf. Ayan. And this can trigger or maintain the production of antibodies, which is a very important function ng ating thymus. Ayan. So the thymus is somewhat large when a person is still in infancy. And as we grow until puberty, yung thymus natin, it will slowly shrink. And this will become replaced by fat with age. So that is our thymus. And these are very important parts of the immune system because they all work hand in hand so that we are able to maintain our immunity from the various invading pathogens. Now, how does the immune system basically work? So basically, this is a war. This is a war between the defenders and the invaders. Now, yung immune system natin, they are always in a battle every single day. Why is that? Because they are always trying to defend us from these invaders. These invaders that see the human body na ideal environment kung saan sila makaka-reproduce, makaka-survive. And of course, the purpose of the immune system is always to keep yung mga infectious microorganisms, the pathogens, yung mga bacteria, viruses, fungi, and parasites out of the body. And what they do is they attack and destroy these infectious microorganisms so that we don't experience any diseases. So that is why it's very important to take care of the immune system. Now, the question is, how do we take care or how do we maintain a healthy immune system? That is the first question. Now, first and foremost, we get to take care of our immune system by maintaining a healthy, balanced response. First of all, when it comes to our immune system, kailangan syempre nating matulog. This is a very important function of the human body. This is not a luxury. I repeat, yung pagtulog po is hindi luxury. It's a necessity. Bakit? When we sleep, this is actually the time kung saan yung body natin will start to recuperate, will start to repair, and will start to, of course, renew itself from the wear and tear na activities na ginagawa natin in the day. So I repeat, in the day. So yung tulog dapat natin happens at night. So I'd like to hear from our participants dito sa ating Zoom call right now. No? Ilang oras ba yung nakukuha yung tulog when it comes to maintaining our immune system? Ayan. I'd like to hear in the chat box, flood the chat box of the average number of hours of sleep. on a daily basis? Ayan. So we're hearing answers. We have Beth, 6 to 8 hours. We have Yvonne, 7 hours. We have Lyndon, we have 6 to 8 hours. We have 7. Ayan, this is quite alarming. 4 to 7 hours. 8 to 9 hours. 6 hours, 7 to 8. Ayan, we have 4 hours, 5 hours, 6, 4 to 5. Ayan, so 4 to 6, 6 to 10. We have 4 hours. Ayan, so these are the number of hours of sleep that you are actually the number of hours that you are giving your body to recover. Now, it's very important that we reach 7 to 9 hours of sleep on a daily basis. Bakit? That is the ideal number of hours for adults in order for us to fully recover from the wear and tear activities of our life na nangyayari in the daytime. Now, at night, dapat natutulog tayo between 9 p.m. rather, to 6 a.m. That is the most ideal time for us to sleep. So for those who answered 4 hours, now you need to make sure that you increase this number of hours when it comes to your recuperation. So that's very important to remember. Now, aside from sleep, you also need exercise. Now, the physical activity is very important because this helps in not only strengthening your muscles, your tissues, but this is also helping in improving your immune system. The third one is with a balanced diet. Now, the balanced diet plays a vital role because this is the source of nutrients ng ating katawan. This is where you get your energy. This is where you get your macronutrients, your micronutrients. And these are the substances that we give to our cells, the most basic unit of life. And in particular, we have to understand that there are certain food that we have to take in order to support our immunity. So anong pagkain ba yung meron that can support our immunity? So these are what we call the immunity supporting food. So ano ba yung mga pagkain na yan? So these are what we call the beta glucans. Now, when you consume food na mataas or rich in beta glucan, yung immune system nyo will flourish. And the beta glucans are what we call immunostimulants, meaning they support the function and responsiveness of your immune system. And of course, they make sure that your immune system is awake, alert, and enthusiastic. Now, when it comes to foreign triggers. And when that immune system is in a heightened state of awareness, that means it is able to respond well in the face of these invaders. Now, ano ba yung mga pagkain that is what we call immunity supporting food? Yung beta glucans. Now, yung beta glucans, examples dito are the whole wheat bread. This is the whole grains. Meron din tayong oats, and of course, meron din tayong dairy. Ito yung mga low-fat dairy products and the low-fat meat products. And of course, we also get them from fungi. So ano ba tong fungi na pinag-uusapan natin? This is actually the mushrooms. No? Yung mushrooms natin, and these are the fungi sources that are immunity supporting products. And later on, we'll be tackling deeper all about these mushrooms. And of course, aside pa doon, we also have immunity supporting foods that should be part of the diet. And ito yung ating fruits and vegetables. Most especially those fruits and vegetables that contain a high amount of vitamin C. And alam naman natin no, kung ano yung silbi ng vitamin C. This is an essential vitamin. This is a powerful antioxidant, also known as the master antioxidant. And it works with your immune system to maintain your health. Now, this is the best friend na kailangan ng immune system mo. Bakit? Because yung neutrophils, a type of white blood cell na meron tayo, need a high concentration of vitamin C so that they are protected from free radicals. Hindi sila nasisira sa free radicals when we are exposed to them. That is why it's important to have this immunity supporting food na mataas yung ating vitamin C. So saan ba natin nakukuha yung vitamin C? Ano bang fruits and vegetables? Ito yung ating oranges, grapefruits, yung mga red peppers and green peppers natin, yung broccoli natin, Brussels sprouts, and of course, yung ating spinach. These are very high in vitamin C. Now, aside pa doon, we also have immunity supporting food na mataas yung tinatawag natin na B vitamins and zinc. Now, the B vitamins support our immunity by supporting a healthy metabolism and helping to produce white blood cells. And at the same time, yung zinc naman, this supports the development of immune cells. Why? Yung zinc kasi is tinatawag nating essential mineral. This is a mineral that is needed for a competent immune system. Without zinc, you will develop problems with your immunity. And this is something that we don't want to happen if we're talking about maintaining your health. And of course, aside from this immunity supporting food, we also have our nutritional supplements that can bridge any nutritional gaps with regards to our intake from the diet. So pag-usapan naman natin all about our supplements, no? And of course, yung supplement na pag-uusapan natin is all about Proglucamune. Now, yung Proglucamune natin is actually derived from three important words. It's a play of words. Ito yung pro, which means to promote, gluca, which is derived from the beta glucan complex that we will find in our Proglucamune. And the mune there is to indicate its support for the immune system. Now, this is our product for supporting the immune system. And this is very important when it comes to helping in maintain our immune system. Now, yung ating Proglucamune contains the following ingredients. First and foremost, this contains the beta-glucan. So ano ba yung beta-glucan na matatagpuan sa ating Proglucamune? This is actually our baker's yeast. Now, this is not just any baker's yeast. This is a proprietary strain of baker's yeast. And ano bang meron sa baker's yeast? Yung baker's yeast kasi, meron itong beta-glucan that is a major structural component of the cell wall ng yeast natin. And it has long been recognized as a potent immunological activator na may medicinal importance. And nutritional yeast is a very rich source of vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and the B vitamins or B complex. That is why it's in formulation dito sa ating Proglucamune. And at the same time, aside pa sa ating proprietary baker's yeast, this product also contains our reishi mushroom. Now, yung reishi mushroom natin, this actually has a 2,000-year-old history in traditional Chinese medicine. It's a tonic that its aim is to restore and reinvigorate yung tinatawag natin na qi or life energy. And this is an immune-enhancing, very rich in antioxidants. It's also used in promoting calmness. So this is our reishi mushroom. Now, aside from that one, this also contains our shiitake mushroom powders. Now, the shiitake mushroom powders naman, these are important when it comes to activating mechanisms sa ating immune cells, particularly sa T cells natin and sa macrophage natin. Now, these type of cells destroy foreign pathogens. And with regular consumption, this can help improve immunity. So this is very important to remember. And of course, last but not the least, we have the essential mineral, which is our zinc. Yung zinc natin, alam naman natin that without zinc, our immune system cannot function properly. So we need zinc for immunocompetence. And deficiency of this one, as I mentioned, can result in an impaired immune response. That is why it's an important component dito sa ating proglucamune. And what's great about proglucamune is meron itong intelligence beta glucan complex. Now, yung intelligence beta glucan complex, this is actually from our baker's yeast, our reishi and shiitake mushroom powders. Now, combined together, they form what we call the intelligence beta glucan complex. And this complex is the one that helps in priming yung immune cells natin for its natural protective responses. So it's very important for you to know na meron itong intelligence technology. The same technology that improves cell signaling, but this one is towards your immune system. And this is how we support our health with regards to our immune system. And that is through our product, which is our proglucamune. And this is why it's important for us to have this nutritional product, to be taking this particular nutritional product. Ayan. So that is our proglucamune. And of course, for this evening, we have a guest with us tonight who will be joining us and sharing with us his lifestyle and how proglucamune helps with his health. So our guest this evening is a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Information Technology. And his career and his personal career accolade include a recording artist. He's also a TV commercial and a theater actor. He is a finalist in X Factor Philippines and the winner of the Aliu and Awit Awards as Best New Artist and Best Performance by a group of recording artists, respectively. For his career in USANA naman, this includes a PPPS. He is also an Elite Circle member. He is a qualifier for multiple Go for Growth incentive trips to Taiwan and Boracay. He's also a qualifier for the incentive trip to Tokyo, Japan. He is included in USANA Philippines top 50 growth in the first trimester of 2021. He is one of the recently certified product trainers of USANA's Trainers Guild program and is currently one of USANA's executive gold directors. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Sir Gerald Irano. Sir Gerald, good evening.
Hello, Sir Jace. Good evening, Sir Jace. And thank you for inviting me. Maraming salamat po for the honor to be here with you. And sa ating 65 participants, grabe, kinakabahan po ako. So, nakakaba pala, sir, kung kapag nai-interview, para akong nasa The Buzz. Hello, good evening po. Good evening.
Yeah, and so thank you very much also for joining us this evening. I know that you're a very busy individual. I know that you're a very busy businessman din. Alam naman natin that the associates here in USANA are very, very busy. And it's very important for us kasi when it comes to supporting our health. And I know that as you are a product trainer here in USANA, we would like to know, how would you describe a day in the life of a Gerald Irano?
Wow. Usually, syempre, I wake up just like any common individual, di ba? I wake up at 4 a.m. Tapos magja-jogging ako for 1 hour. Joke lang po. So, wala naman na gumigising ng 4 a.m. no. Pero usually I wake up around 8 a.m. or 8:30 a.m. and then short devotion. Syempre maging thankful tayo sa Lord for all the blessings, no, na dumadating sa atin, and breakfast with the kids. So sa mga hindi nakakaalam, meron na po akong 3 kids. Meron akong 10-year-old na panganay, si Gio, and then yung sumunod, kambal po sila. So kambal din yung yung kakulitan, 'di ba? They're 7 years old. Babae po yung kambal ko. So you can just imagine yung how to manage yung time. So yun, breakfast with them, tapos after that nag-online class silang tatlo. Okay, sabay-sabay. So talagang minsan nakatutok ganyan. And kapag during this the past weeks or the past months, medyo naging busy kasi meron kaming project, Sir Jace, na ginagawa sa Tagaytay. So invited kapag open na po yun, or invited kayo kasi yung wife ko kasi pangarap niya magkaroon ng maliit na resort. Yeah, di ba? Maliit na parang private rest house, parang ganyan. And hopefully by November or December open na siya. So yun po yung pinagkakabalahan namin. Pero kung wala kami sa Tagaytay, mga around 10 a.m. dyan na nag-start yung ating training sa ating sa USANA business natin, di ba? So, yan, prospecting, inviting, and then lunch time. Tapos after lunch, balik ulit sa business natin, or do my errands, ganyan, mga padala. And 5 p.m., diyan na nagigising na yung mga bata, and then prepare ka na ng snack for them. Ikaw, Sir Jay, siguro nakaka-relate ka kasi you have kids din, di ba? So, and then sa gabi naman, during these times parang ganito, we have health and freedom sa team namin, and umaabot yon hanggang 9:30 p.m. So like later meron kaming 9:30 training naman. So ganun po yung isang araw natin. So parang ganun din tulad po ng mga associates na nandito ngayong gabi.
Yeah, I know that most of our associates talaga can relate to this kind of schedule, no? Most especially for those who are parents, no? Alam naman natin,
Yes.
this is there actually needs to be a balance with regards to how you run your business, and of course, syempre, being the family man that you are, syempre, you always make time for the kids. And when you said kasi that you have twins, I immediately said, wow, believe na believe talaga ako sa mga parents in general, kasi they are able to give time hindi lang para sa kids, but they're also doing their business at the same time. So you can only imagine how busy it is sa isang araw, no, in the life of
Sir
Gerald. Ayan. So thank you very much for sharing that one, Sir Gerald. So with your busy day, no, the one that you just shared to us, with your busy day kasi, we're curious, no, how do you keep yourself healthy?
Yan, good question, sir. Kasi ngayon talagang during these times talagang challenging maging healthy, 'di ba? Challenging, especially pandemic, 'di ba? Most of us nasa bahay lang, and nakaka-tempt talaga na kumain lang ng kumain, 'di ba? Magluto ka lang ng magluto diyan. So I have to remind myself always na uy, tumatanda ka na, 'di ba? Mag-40 ka na, 'di ba? Malapit ka na mag-40 sa October, 'di ba? So so yan, hindi lang masyadong halata kasi syempre we have the best supplements, and we use Celaviv, yeah, promotion, 'di ba? So yun nga, kasi before nasa seafood diet ako eh. Na-experience niyo na ba yun, Sir Jace, yung seafood diet? Yung whenever you see food, you eat, 'di ba? So ngayon, nire-remind ko sarili ko na, uy, 'di ba? I have to lessen my carbohydrates intake, yung rice intake, ganyan. And of course, buti na lang yung wife ko nasa diet din siya ngayon, kaya sumasabay ako sa kanya. So I eat in a small amount na lang. Okay, and just like tonight, di ba, nag-Nutri-Meal na lang ako. Ayun yung ginagawa ko, hindi na ako nag-rice sa gabi. Okay, tapos sa midnight, yan, kumakain ako ng pizza, noodles, and joke lang. So ito na yung dinner ko, Nutri-Meal. And of course, syempre, hindi complete yung routine natin or yung regimen natin without taking our USANA supplements. Yan. And of course, sir, yung tulad ng sinabi nyo kanina, sir, yung exercise, 'di ba? So ang hirap, challenging din mag-exercise during these times, 'di ba? So bumili ako ng ano yung tawag dito, sir? Ganito, parang imbis na weights. So ito na lang yung ko.
Resistance bands.
Resistance bands, yan. So, every time na kapag nakikinig lang ako sa training, focus pa rin naman, pero nag-weights ako dyan, nag-stretch ako, ganyan. And of course, yun nga, ample time to sleep, at least 6 hours to sleep. Yan, yun po, sir.
Ayan. So there you go. You heard it from the man himself, no, Sir Gerald, as to how he keeps himself healthy. And he mentioned kasi that they're on a diet. So we'd like to know, speaking of diet, kung ano yung, how do you make sure that you are getting the right amount of nutrients that you need from your current diet? Ayan.
Yes, sir. So, in general kasi, aside from, sa akin, aside from consciously eating better food, yung mas maganda or yung healthier food, syempre, I take the best supplement in the world, di ba? And that's USANA. So, kasi I'm very sure na I get the right nutrients and I get the best amount of nutrients like antioxidants, minerals, di ba? Vitamins and more nutrients na kailangan natin for complete and comprehensive support for long-term health, di ba? Especially now pandemic kasi so yun we realize na health is really health. Health is really wealth. Tama ba? So marami sa atin, yun yung na-realize nating mga Pinoy, hindi lang mga Pinoy, lahat ng individuals no na kapag healthy ka, if you have this great health, you get to live longer, di ba? And if you live longer, you get to spend more time, quality time with your loved ones. So that's how important yung ating health.
Ayan. So, relate na relate talaga ako dyan. Principle ko lang is bawal ako mamatay ng maaga kasi, I especially enjoy spending time with kids. They're very fun to be with kasi iba't ibang klase din kasi yung mga energy nila. Nakakahawa yung energy nila. Just like right before this training lang, kakalaro lang namin ng daughter ko. And it's very
nice, sir,
to spend time with the family. And of course,
yes.
You mentioned those food na kinakain mo. Matanong ko lang kung ano yung primary sources ng beta glucans from your diet.
Mm-hmm. Usually we get beta glucans naman from different kinds of food. Minsan mga common food na minsan kumakain tayo hindi natin alam rich in beta glucan pala siya. So tulad nito yung mga whole grains like yung mga sinabi mo, sir, whole grains like oatmeal, 'di ba? So kung ikaw medyo nagda-diet ka, oatmeal na lang, 'di ba? Rich in beta glucan 'yan. Tapos brown rice, whole wheat bread, 'di ba? And seafood. Ay, hindi pala seafood, seaweed. Magkaiba pala ang seafood sa seaweed, okay? Yung seaweed, kung mahilig ka sa mga dried seaweed from Japan, di ba? Rich in beta-glucan yan. Shiitake mushroom, of course. Favorite ko yan. Yan yung nilalagay natin sa mga pasta, di ba? And minsan, isosote mo lang yan, tapos lagyan mo ng konting oyster sauce, tapos sprinkle it with ano tawag doon, sesame seeds. Yan, di ba, nakakagutom, di ba? So yan yung ginagawa ko as a side dish, parang ganyan. So yeah, very rich in beta glucans yung mga food na ganyan.
Yan, so that actually is a very very enticing na pagkain. So suggest nga sa corporate that we need to have a recipe training para sa mga beta glucans or sa mga
yes, sir,
pwede nating gawin for a healthy diet naman, di ba? Pwede natin
pwede ring sir, Nutri-Meal recipes, mga ganyan. Kung yung pwede nating i-add sa Nutri-Meal sa mga nagda-diet, yung mga ganyan.
Ayan, gusto ko yan kasi one of the things kasi when you are on a diet naman talaga is you get nauumay ka sa paulit-ulit na pagkain. So you might be eating broccoli for 3 weeks, no? Syempre, broccoli would taste very good the first, pero pagdating sa second week, wala na, naumay ka na. So something to change up naman, to shake it a bit, no? With regards to our diet. So thank you very much for the suggestion, no, with regards to the sources ng beta glucan. And I'm actually seeing sa ating chat box no na meron tayo Nutri-Meal or o di kaya yung oatmeals, which is actually a very good suggestion from Ma'am Marjorie. So thank you very much, Ma'am Marjorie. And also, meron din tayo from Sir Vicente, no? Nagta-tai chi daw siya. And of course, eat fruits and vegetables, which are also high in nutrients that is good for the immune system. Ayan. So that's actually very good na may participants tayo in our chat box. So thank you very much for those. And aside pa doon, I'd like to ask, with regards to supplementation, why did you ever consider supplementation with your current?
Yes, sir. Yes. In general kasi, the essential nutrients that our body needs, hindi na natin nakukuha from the food that we eat. Nila, nowadays we are overfed but undernourished. Imagine that, overfed ka, busog na busog ka, pero undernourished ka. Hindi mo nakukuha yung right nutrients na kailangan ng katawan mo. A study show that even fruits and vegetables ngayon, nowadays, hindi na siya kasing sustansya 20 years to 30 years ago. So, for example, yung isang orange, di ba? Sufficient na for vitamin C na kailangan natin for a day. Pero ngayon, kailangan na daw natin mag-consume ng 18.5 oranges para lang makuha yung vitamin C na kailangan mo. That's only vitamin C. Wala pang ibang mga nutrients, mga ibang kailangan ng katawan mo. So, kaya nga sabi ng JAMA Journal ng mga doktor, they highly recommend taking nutritionals or supplementations. So, same is with yung beta-glucans. So, hindi naman, it's not practical to eat lots of shiitake mushrooms or reishi mushrooms, diba? Kasi maliit lang yung niya, ng content ng beta-glucan. So hindi siya ganun ka-practical to consume. So ang ginawa ng USANA is dito yung pumapasok yung how amazing yung USANA, no. Ang in layman's term, yung active ingredient from this three ingredients, yung baker's yeast, yung shiitake mushroom and reishi mushrooms, yung active ingredient na nandoon, in-extract nila. Okay, in-extract nila para maging powder form, and we get the high quality, very potent na source of beta-glucan. And imagine po natin, USANA spent around $300 million for the research and development of this specific product, the Proglucamune. So ganun po ginagastosan ng USANA yung products natin. Amazing. So yun, nakaka-amaze, sir, di ba?
Yeah, exactly. So that's why it's very important when you are confused, no? Bakit hindi ko na lang kainin yung mushrooms? Syempre, you don't get the potency that you'd expect from.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Sir Gerald, for clearly explaining to us what the benefit is of taking the supplement versus taking equal quantities from our sources. Ayan. So aside pa doon,
Yes.
what other nutrients would you recommend to be taken with our beta-glucans?
Yes, aside from beta-glucans from Proglucamune for better health, for better immunity, we must also include yung multivitamins and antioxidants, supplements in our diet. So to produce yung immune cells, 'di ba? So kailangan natin ng immune cells. So kailangan natin ng mga nutrients na 'yan. And you can get this from vitamin C, from vitamin D, and from zinc as well. So makukuha natin 'yan sa Cell Essentials, 'di ba? Cell Essentials yung the foundation of cellular nutrition. So for vitamin C naman, the master antioxidant, we also have Poly-C and Proflavanol C. And ang maganda dyan sa mga, like sa Poly-C natin, hindi siya sodium ascorbate, di ba? Kasi ang sodium ascorbate in the long run, nagiging toxic siya sa katawan kasi sodium. So ang Poly-C natin is made from four ascorbates, di ba? Calcium ascorbate, potassium, zinc, and magnesium ascorbate. Okay, and we also help And also to help support yung healthy function of our immune cells, we have to maintain yung magandang membrane or healthy membranes of our immune cells. So makakatulong dyan yung omega-3 fatty acids. So that can help. So meron tayo dyan sa Biomega naman. And meron na rin itong vitamin D, specifically vitamin D with vitamin D3, which is the cholecalciferol. Yeah, di ba? And 80% of our 70 to 80% of our immune cells nasa GI tract natin. So nasa gastrointestinal tract natin. So we can also add probiotics. It's a very important because this is specifically acts on immune cells, okay, that is situated or located dyan sa gut natin, sa colon natin. So just imagine if you have a good bacteria sa gut mo or sa colon mo, that will help you digest food better and at the same time maintain yung sound immune function natin.
And so that's actually an array of nutrients na pwede nating intake together with our beta glucan. So currently naman, Sir Gerald, what do you think are the benefits that you are getting from taking our Proglucamune?
Yes, sir. Ang ating Proglucamune, we have 4 ingredients, okay? 4 key ingredients which are baker's yeast, yan, yung reishi mushrooms natin, yung shiitake mushroom natin, and yung mineral na zinc. So just like yung sinabi mo kanina, sir, so parang summarize lang, ang baker's yeast is generally, in general, they act as your innate immune response. So ini-enhance niya yung resistance natin from infections. And this also helps to fight upper respiratory tract infections. Yung reishi mushroom naman, it helps improve yung deficiency and fatigue that could happen in our body. Shiitake mushroom naman, it has this immunomodulating effect. Kapag sinabi nating immunomodulating effect, yan yung it imposes the right reaction to a situation. Parang halimbawa, pag nakalanghap ka ng pollen, the right reaction would be to sneeze out yung pollen, di ba? So if you have this phytonutrients from shiitake mushroom, your body can function better. And of course, yung zinc natin na ine-enhance yung immune function. And ako, personally, sir, since siguro 2 years, more than 2 years na, I started using our products, and I included Proglucamune sa supplementation ko. I noticed na kasi every morning nag-i-sneeze ako. So every morning meron akong runny nose, parang ganyan. Pero after taking a shower, after eating, nawawala siya. So parang may allergy ako sa dust or pero napansin ko nawala na yon because of our product. So this is not product claim naman, pero just my personal testimony. And most of us, yung mga audience natin, meron tayong mga sarili-sariling mga testimony sa mga products, sa mga amazing products ng USANA. Tama? So yun po.
Okay, thank you very much, Sir Gerald, for sharing that one to our viewers this evening. And of course, last but not the least, we'd like to ask you for any piece of advice para sa ating viewers as the last question as the crowning glory for this night's session.
Yes, thank you, sir. And Proglucamune is not just for good for the lungs or the respiratory or immune function, but this is an overall optimizer na dapat kasama sa auto order natin. Okay, so because it affects the overall aspects of our health. So if you're part of USANA, if you're a distributor of USANA already, congratulations kasi you're part of the healthiest family on earth, 'di ba? And yung USANA products natin dapat hindi tinitipid. Dapat yung health natin hindi natin tinitipid, okay? And for me, USANA is a blessing, and just like any blessing, ang blessing dapat sinishare. Okay? And let's continue to share yung mga amazing products natin and yung amazing opportunity natin in USANA. Let's help change someone else's health, 'di ba, for the better, or change someone else's life one presentation at a time. So yun po, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Sir Gerald, for gracing us with your time, with your presence, and with your expertise, and with your lifestyle din. Thank you din sa ating participants for joining us tonight sa ating True Health with USANA. So I know we're all very busy. Thank you very much for your time. And of course, we hope to see you in future trainings like this one here in USANA. So that ends our session for tonight. Thank you very much. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay safe, everyone. Thank you. Have a great night ahead.